Okay, Wednesday, 12th of November, 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Quid pro quo. This for that. Know people's incentives. Now, I watched an interesting video recently from a channel. Let's just leave it at that. A channel that was used to be quite popular. And in one video, he mentioned quid pro quo in the sense of people doing something for someone else. Essentially, the idiom, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. And he realized and highlighted in this video that people only do things, within reason generally, when they have an incentive or a compelling reason to do something. This person in the video helped him because he could get something out of the situation. Okay, very nice. And we can extrapolate that outwards to say that people tend to only do stuff if there's a compelling enough reason for them. Meaning, the key word there is compelling. Give me a big reason and I'll do something. And that could simply be, I'll get paid in some fashion. Very nice. So then you could say, well, we have to know what people's incentives are for doing X or Y or Z or A or B or C. I'm working on an interesting project right now, and someone is helping me inadvertently here and there and here with things, advice, whatever else. And I'm thinking, initially, I thought he was just doing it out of, say, friendship, let's say, acquaintance, as an acquaintanceship, if that's such a word. And then I started to think a little deeper. Well, actually, he realizes he can get something out of this. He has an angle. There's nothing sinister, but it's rational and reasonable and understandable. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And then at one point he stopped talking a little bit, and I thought, as soon as I felt that, he stopped talking, he probably realised can't get anything out of it, so he's jumped ship. But then he got back in touch, whatever else. So, interesting. But that's the interesting thing to understand. When people do stuff, why are they doing it? What's the reason? What's the quid pro quo? This for that. What's their incentive? To learn, to get ahead, to earn money, to study, to see something, to do something, to not do something. Both are possible. Both a positive and a negative. To do or not to do. To see or not to see. To have or not to have. You name it. That's worth understanding in people. Know their incentives. Know what they want. Know what they are after. Because then we can. It acts as a lubricant with regards to business. Getting people to do what you want and knowing what they want gives them a compelling reason to do something. The key word there, like I said earlier, is compelling. The bigger the reason, the bigger the reward, the more enthusiastically, more emphatically the person is going to do something. Otherwise, why would they bother? Why would they bother really? I can't. Why would I get out of bed unless there's a big reward here? If I do this, if I do that. Perfect. But then this can also be taken to a bit of a logical extreme where it goes into the realms of cynicism. Oh, they're just trying to do some, they're doing it to get something out of me. Oh, they're exploiting me in some fashion, things like that. Which in some ways, of course, depending on the person, is valid. But at the same time, we can also use to your advantage, but not in an adversarial or combative way, but understand people. I did a video a day or two ago about understanding that people have different values, different incentives, different wants. That's exactly it. What does this person want? What do they value? What do they not value? What do they want to see, have, achieve, be, etc., etc. The more we understand people, the better, well, the fewer mistakes we'll make, and the better we can get along with people. It just is more efficient. And understand deep down that people tend to have a reason to do something or not to do something, to go there or not go there, different values, standards, expectations, desires, you name it. I like or don't like, things like that. Because I think by not understanding this, by not understanding people do things out of an incentive, you risk going into the world a little blind and a bit naive with regards to thinking everyone is going to be a nice, kind person, people aren't going to hurt me, it's going to be fine and dandy. And then you realise things don't happen, things do happen, situations occur, whatever else, because you had that blind spot, that social blind spot, so to speak. It's quite pernicious if you get it wrong, or if you're inefficient about it and optimal. You make suboptimal decisions by not understanding people have incentives. For example, why would I saw okay, here's I saw an interesting I remember an interesting quote from I remember an interesting quote from a video game I played years ago. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1. And this is 20 or so years ago, and there was this word persuasion. I didn't know that word, when I was a lot younger. And it said it's easy to persuade someone to tell you something. And there was like a text on the screen. It's easy to persuade a god a guard guarding a door, for example, to tell you information, it's harder to persuade him to leave his post because he's got a big compelling reason. Give him a big enough reason to leave his post, otherwise he's not going to do it. He's not going to do what you say or ask. The exact same thing can be applied to any other human interaction. Why would someone do a job on a Sunday morning unless you're going to pay them a lot of money to do it? Things like that. Very important to understand this about humans and people. Very important. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.